promises. She couldn't help but thinking that there was a little more light somewhere else. After all, it was a great big world with lots of places to run to. And if she had to die, try she had one little promise she was gonna keep. Whoa, yeah, alright, take it easy, baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl. Well, it was kinda cold that night as she stood alone on her balcony. Yeah, she could hear the cars roll by out on 441, light waves crashing on the beach. And for one desperate moment there, he crept back in her memory. Oh, it's so painful, something that's so close is still so far out of reach. Oh yeah, alright, take it easy, baby, make it last all night. She was an American girl. All right, this is a bonus tutorial. I know this isn't going to be for everyone. I've taken some liberties, but I've tried really hard in this arrangement that I've done to arrange the song for solo acoustic guitar and vocal. And this is how I play it when I play out in bars and do gigs by myself with just the acoustic guitar. And it stays pretty true to the form of the song, true to the chord progressions and the feel. But we are going to explore some different chord voicings that we can use just to give it that little bit of something different that people may not have heard it presented this way before. So again, it's not going to be for everybody, but if you liked the jam along video, I'm just going to go over some of the different ways that I'm playing it here. So to start, let's just go over this first chord. Just a variation on a C chord. 3rd fret of A, 2nd fret of D, open G, 1st fret of B, 3rd fret of high E. You'll see me throughout the jam along in the tutorial kind of alternate between having that pinky finger down and having that pinky finger off. And either one is fine. It's, for me, it's just kind of, I don't really even think about it, whether it's on or off. So you can alternate between that. To start the song, you know, the guitar part, the song is in the key of D. And the guitar part is going. So the first thing I'll note is that I'm playing this in the key of C instead of D. D is, I can hit it, but it's a little high for my range. And if I'm playing for a couple hours straight, I always like to lower it a couple keys if I can. And I like the voicings that this lets us do. If you really like it in the original key, put a capo on the 2nd fret and you can do exactly what we're doing here. So instead of that being in D, if we did it in C, it would be. That's 5 and 8, right, of G and high E. But we're going to try and mimic that feel with the whole chord. All right, then we're going to start playing the bass line. All right, so that's what we're going to go over first. Let's just get this strum pattern just on a C chord. It'll be Down, down, up, mute, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, mute, down, down, up, down, 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 up. And on that mute, I'm kind of raking across the strings while my palm is kind of bouncing off of the strings right in front of the saddle here. I'm also lifting my fingers on my left hand up just ever so slightly, so they're still touching the strings, but the strings aren't making contact with the frets just on that mute. That's going to give it this kind of real percussive feel. That's going to make it feel right. Down, down, up, mute, down, down, up, down, 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 up. All right, then when we launch into adding in this bass line, it's going to come in at the end of the previous measure. So we'd be playing the strum pattern. Down, down, up, mute, down, down, up. And then we're going to go down on just that third fret of A, down on just the open D string, and hammer that onto the second fret of the D string. Now we've got just these top 4 notes in the C chord. And we're just going to focus on these top 4 strings. If you happen to nick the A string, don't get too concerned with it, but we're just aiming at these top 4 strings of this chord, because we want this E in the bass, this E note, the second fret of D, to ring out and be noticed. So we just got done with the walk up, and we're just going to do the strum pattern. And now do the same thing, but just pull off the second fret to open D. Down just a regular C chord. Back to the open D string. And now walk it back up. Third fret, open, hammer it back on. Pull it back off. Back to the C. Back to the open D. And now back to a C chord for when the verse starts. So that has a lot to do with aiming your pick at that bass note. So that's what the practice is. We start the measure by aiming our pick at that bass note, and then keep doing that strum pattern and keep that feel going. That's going to give us the chance to get the song in people's heads, because they're going to recognize that it's done on the bass guitar on the recording, but it's a pretty prominent part. So we're covering the feel of this with our strumming, and we're covering that recognizable bass line just to set the song up. So now we're going to launch into a verse. And for the verses, let's go over the chords. I'm going to make it real easy on you. The first one is this C, and we're going to move that exact same shape up 2 frets, 5, 4, open G, third fret of B, 5 of high E, and it's a D sus, D major sus. It's a major 2 chord in this slot in the chord progression. We're making it a bit of a unique voicing. We're adding that G note in there, but I like how it sounds. And then we're going to go all the way up 3 more frets, but that shape stays the same. So now we're on 8, 7, open G, 6 of B, 8 of high E. And then 2 more frets for the G chord. So that's 10, 9, open G, 8 of B, 10 of high E. All right, and that's going to be how we're going to start this first progression. So let's get back on the strum pattern, and you can come off a little bit of the intensity when we start singing here for this first verse, and you don't have to be quite as percussive if you don't want either. It's kind of, again, this is my custom arrangement, and I give you full license to make it your own and play it how it feels right to you. But for me on this verse, I like to pull back a little bit and make it sound something like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Same strum pattern. Now we're going to stay on this G one more time. Back to the C. That was a little walk up there. So we're aiming our pick at the D string, open, second fret. Then we get to, I'm also going to play Fs like this at this point. This is a variation on an F chord. Third fret of D, open G, first fret of B, third fret of high E. Walk it down to the second fret of D, and now D minor chord, which is open D, second fret, third fret, first fret of high E. Now we're going to get to the G chord. Same strum pattern to start. I like a nice open G because then we're going to walk it up like this. So that's third fret of low E, mute the A string, open, 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 third fret of high E. And I'll just tell you the walk up here. We're going to go, just add in the second fret of D, open G still, first fret of B, and then we're going to have to remove our ring finger there and just focus on these high 4 strings for the third fret of D, open G, third fret of B, third fret of high E, and we go back to the full G chord. Okay, so that's going to look like this. And again, I pull it back for this and then I build in for the chorus. So it'll be same strum pattern. Hammer on that C over G right there. Then again, slide it into this next variation. And back to the G, and now we're just going to do downstrokes, build in. All right, if you've gotten this far, the rest is going to be a piece of cake till we get to the very end. Because the chorus is a lot of these same chord shapes that we've already learned. Okay, so now we're to the chorus. We've got the same strumming going. We're going to be on this F chord, just like we played at the end of the verse. So same strumming. Oh yeah. Now same G chord. All right. To a C chord. Now walk it down to the second fret of A. And then an A minor. I just like an A minor 7. You can either play it like that, which is open, second, open, first fret, open, high E, or you can put your pinky down on that high E string, third fret, either way. So we're going to be on the C leading into this A minor 7. It'll be down, down, up, mute, down, down, up, down, down, A minor 7. Back to the F, and the G, and to the C. And you'll see me drop this middle finger to the open D and hammer it back on quite a bit in the song, and you can kind of do that at will. All right, then we get into verse 2, and verse 2 is played exactly the same way as verse 1, so we already know that. We're going to play chorus 2 the exact same way as chorus 1. And after that, we're going to be on the C chord after chorus 2, working into the bridge. And the bridge is another thing that it's a feel thing. I'm going to try my best to count out upstrokes and downstrokes and mutes and all that. And if that's helpful for you, I'll do my best. But don't, at the same time, let that get you hung up. It's a mix of muting your strings and having this thing going with your wrist to get that feel right and making contact with the fretboard. Right? It's that kind of thing. So the first thing, we're really basically, it's an F chord. You can make the whole bar chord. It's really an F power chord is all you really need. First fret, third fret, third fret. And then we're walking it up, and we're going to want to alternate our pick this whole time. Then third fret, and then. And you'll want to hit that third fret of A with your pointer finger so that you're in position to do the. And all that is on the G string, 3, 4, 5. And again, alternate your pick. And so that's the positions that we need. So now it's just a matter of getting that feel right. So let's dive right in here on the F chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, mute, up, mute, mute, down, mute, 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 mute. Walk up, down, down, up, mute, mute, down, mute, mute. Mute, mute, and then do it all again. One more time. Last time. So now we're to the part where it's the outro of the song, and in the recording, the electric guitar takes a really big solo. It's hard to do just on solo acoustic, so I just start strumming on the C. And I kind of build it in. And then this is just kind of a crowd pleaser trick. If you've got this in your skill set, if it's in your wheelhouse, just to, even though it's just acoustic, if people are kind of talking or eating or something and you want to get their attention and make them notice the musician, just pull this out, just all by yourself, just build it in. And that's how I end it. So Mike Campbell on the electric, I think he hybrid picks it. On the acoustic, I think you get better projection if you all right, so let's go over it real quick. This is tabbed out for the electric guitar. You could just move everything down 2 frets. But let's quick get our fingers on it. Bar over the 5th fret of G and B, and then we got our pinky finger on the 8th fret of B. And picking here is really important. We're gonna start with an upstroke, pull it off, downstroke on the G string, then the 6th fret of B. Upstroke, pull it off, downstroke. And we do that 4 times. So this is number 2, 3, 4. Move everything up exactly 2 frets. Now move everything up so our pointer finger's on the 10th fret, and now we're gonna have 13th fret of B, and then 12th fret of B, okay? But same motions. And then we're back to the original one, shape, okay? So we've got 12 frets, 15 and 13 on B. And then I end with just a C, G, C. Nice and big, fat chords. Just a way to end it big, okay? So I'll do it a little bit faster. I try to get this up to about 110 BPM. The album's at about 114. I like playing this arrangement a little bit slower, about 110. So if you want to try to get that under your fingers, start at about 85 or so. Just bump it up a couple BPM at a time. Here's one more time for you to play along with. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's everything for my arrangement of American Girl. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, hope you can have fun with it. And like I said, make it your own. That's just kind of what I was trying to do. So if you want to change something or make something easier for how you like to play, please feel free.